Rob from bestproteinpowderonline.co.uk, and today I'm going to be reviewing a protein powder from Optimum Nutrition. It's called Gold Standard 100% casein. Today I'm going to cover what the protein powder is used for, the cost, mixability and taste, how effective the protein powder is, and then summarise with the good and bad points. Normally I would say I'd categorise this protein powder as in a particular type. We have three on our website: size and strength, sports performance and weight loss. Now this is difficult to categorise because it has high levels of protein and it would normally be in the size and strength category, but because it's from casein and only casein, it's not really something I would say I'd have it immediately for size and strength. It serves two purposes really. The first would be as a shake before bedtime. So in the evening it's a slow release protein, which means that it's not going to give you muscles an instant hit of protein, but it will steadily give you a release of protein across a longer time, which is why people and even Optimum Nutrition say that it's a before bedtime shake. It has high levels of BCAAs, and that's also very good to help the muscle repair. Levels of carbs around 10%. So I would even use this as a meal replacement really, a meal or snack replacement. So that's why we've categorised it under the weight loss area of the site. If you have this, it's good for a slow release, and it will provide your muscles with the nutrients that they need over an extended period of time. It's also quite filling, so it means that you won't need to have another snack in the evening if you have this after your main meal. So you could even use this instead of a dessert or a snack that you'd have later on in the evening. It contains around 115 calories per serving. So that's quite good. If you had a snack or just a Kit Kat, two bars of Kit Kat are over 110 calories. So you're not getting any goodness from them, and you probably want 4. So it's better to have something like this. Unfair to categorise it in with the weight loss supplements because it doesn't actually have all of the other ingredients that they do, and Optimum Nutrition themselves pitch this as 100% casein protein, and maybe that's what keeps the cost high, which I'll go on to in a minute. This is quite an expensive protein shake. It's about £2.90 per 100 grams, and you are getting a reputable brand's protein shake, Optimum Nutrition. It does contain 100% casein, but there's not much else in there, just some digestive enzymes. If you compare that, as I said a moment ago, with the Reflex Diet Protein, they give you 80% micellar casein, but also added ingredients such as CLA, which is conjugated linoleic acid, and some green tea extract, I believe, and even some L-carnitine. So there are other added ingredients, so I'm not quite sure exactly where or why this is quite expensive considering and comparing to other protein shakes. When I mixed this up, I could see that there were little grains in it. This was the chocolate supreme flavour, and it tastes very good, but the grains in it, you could really feel them, so it put me off slightly. I think it's something that you'd have to get used to. As I understand it, it's the micellar casein that causes that graininess and that texture. The other disadvantage of that is that in my shaker it left a residue on most of the parts of it, which meant that I probably lost a reasonable amount of what I'd put in there just in sitting there in residue. So I'd probably say don't use a shaker. Try just mixing it in a glass of water, a small glass where you don't have a large surface area for the residue just to get stuck and left. It is instantized, which means that they've made it so it mixes very easily into the water and you don't necessarily need a shaker. I would recommend taking that approach because, like I say, you're going to get loads wasted in the top and the mesh of your shaker and all over the place. So go for just a mix, normal mix. Actually really like the taste, so for me it was good. It wasn't too sweet, it's quite sweet but not too sweet. So for this they are pitching it as a slow release protein. It certainly kept me full for a longer period of time, which I think means it's ideal for a snack or even a meal replacement, and it's a good source of protein and small amount of carbohydrate. After having this, I felt full for a few hours, good few hours, which meant that it stopped me snacking on other pieces of food. So for me it's kind of like you could use it as a weight management type of shake. The good points about this shake are, first up, you can use it as a meal replacement or a snack replacement, which is great because it's low carbs and low calories, but it will keep you full for a good amount of time. Also, it's going to deliver a good amount of protein and a high level of BCAAs, which is exactly what you need when you've been working out and you're repairing the muscles. I would say that I know it's just a characteristic of the micellar casein. It's quite annoying that the residue just sticks everywhere. It's not a major problem, you just have to change the way you mix the shake. It's quite expensive. It's at the upper end of some of the shakes. So when you compare that to something like a Reflex Diet protein, you'll see that you're getting other added ingredients that may help you lose weight. And although you are only getting 80% casein in the Reflex Diet protein, and this is 100%, you've got those other added ingredients in the Reflex shake. So it's difficult to say. I think perhaps this is slightly overpriced. Overall, I would give this protein shake a 7.5 out of 10. And I came to that score, 1 because of cost, and 2 because I'm not really sure what it is. It's not a weight loss really. It's a luxury to have it as a snack replacement or a before bedtime shake. So if you can afford it, it's not a bad shake. I'm just giving it 7.5 out of 10 because if you look at it as a whole, it's quite expensive and there are better shakes out there if you're just going to get one. If you have got more money and you want to buy an additional shake to have as a slow release before bedtime shake, then this is a good one because it has just pure micellar casein in.